Dear David, I'm still here in the Dong village. It's been 3 weeks. I thought I would have moved on by now, maybe to some of the other minority communities spread out over China. Did you know there's more than 50 groups in all? But what I think has kept me here in Dong country is the music. I've done some research. Turns out the big song came to China over the Silk Road 1,000 years ago. And now I sit at the center of the village at twilight and listen with my eyes shut. And sometimes, when I'm very lucky, I can almost hear the whole journey from the Carpathian Mountains through the Middle East, all the way into Asia, covering half the world. The Dong learn this music from birth. It is so much a part of who they are, of who I'm not. And yet, all these songs once came from somewhere else, sort of like me. Hello?
Hello, son?
Hi, Dad.
I was just calling to see how you're doing.
Me? I'm great. Things are great.
And how are things money-wise?
Dad!
I thought you'd want to know. I just made a big donation to your friend, Bill Clinton.
He's not my friend, I just...
You supported him, didn't you? I talked to this guy from his campaign. Told him I want to start a new group, Chinese Republican Bankers for Clinton.
Would there be any other members?
Lots! Did you hear that Pat Buchanan wants to kick us all out of the country? The Clinton guy, he loved my idea.
That's great, Dad. Listen,
now I can finally become ambassador to Great Britain.
What?
Or China. I would settle for China.
But you're not a diplomat?
I'm a businessman, aren't I? Dave, this is how things work. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Win-win. It's the American way.
You know you're one of the least diplomatic people in the world?
I know. Isn't it beautiful? I'll do it just like Frank. My way.
Dad, I can't really think about it.
I know. Son, why don't you come on the board of my bank?
What?
Marty DeLuca just died, and there's an empty space to fill.
But I don't know the first thing about banking.
You used to work in the bank back in college during the summers, remember?
As a teller?
And you were a good teller, too. Every night, your drawer balanced.
And what's my title going to be? Director of Nepotism?
If that's the title you want, fine, you can have it.
Dad, I'm not in the least qualified.
What do you mean you're not qualified? You're my son, aren't you? You know, we pay our board members honorarium for attending meetings, just a few $1,000s. But better than nothing, you'll come out to LA every month. You can stay at our house. Your mother will be so happy to cook for you.
Dad?
And maybe you'll even decide you like baking.
Just out of curiosity, is that a few $1,000s a year or per meeting?
And the total assets as of October 31st stand at $532,400,000.
Far East National Bank Board meeting. Present are Don Miguel, Vice Chair.
Beatrice Chang, Chief Financial Officer.
Henry Huang, Chairman of the Board, just like Frank. I need a motion to approve the budget.
So moved.
A second? Second?
Oh, a second!
That's good, son.
He's learning fast.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we found office space right in the center of Beijing. Brand new building, beautiful.
Henry, congratulations. This is a big deal.
Don, I'm so excited. The system over there, they need our help.
And lots of business there, too.
It's win-win. I'm telling you, I feel like a pioneer, like a Yankee trader. Beatrice?
On Monday, we are putting out a press release to announce the opening of our Beijing office. Far East will become the first American bank to do business with the People's Republic of China.
In Beijing, after I signed the lease, our new landlords took me to a karaoke bar. And guess what I sang? You'll never guess.
My way?
That's right! It was so moved. It was beautiful. Meeting adjourned.
Davey! Last night, the wife and I went out to a musical show.
Yeah, what'd you see?
The King and I. And David, that guy who played the King, you know him.
I know lots of Asian actors. What was his name?
Oh, what was his name? He was in one of your plays.
Which one?
Face the Fix or
Face Value?
Yes.
B.D. Wong is in The King now?
No, that wasn't his name.
Oh, then who else could it?
No. Yeah, he had a Chinese name.
It can't be.
Strange thing though, he didn't look very Chinese. Los Angeles Times.
The most significant thing about this King and I is its ethnic, authentic casting.
And convincing South Asian look? Oh, Jesus.
Boston Globe.
Mr. G's warm humanity fills this exquisite King and I?
Seattle Times.
G throws off the ghost of Yulbrenner and reinvents the King for our multicultural age.
Montreal, Boston, Houston, Seattle. Son, are these clippings all about you?
Not really, Dad. See,
Hey, it's that guy, Marcus G. You gave him his start, son.
Don't remind me, okay? What now?
He's very deep. Listen to this.
Never let anyone tell you that what you look like is who you are. Those are the limitations we have to fight. Even people who look like me. Especially people who look like me.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna throw up.
You know, you should say stuff like that.
I should? Where do you think he got it? I said those very words when he was in my show.
Then you teach him well. You must be so proud.
Dad, he's a disaster. I thought I got rid of him back in Boston, but no, he keeps popping up as if from the grave, just to torture me.
You think you're getting a little worked up about this?
Dad, his name isn't G. He's not even Asian.
You know, I had that thought. When I first saw him in your show, I thought he's not Chinese. But now that I read his words, who cares? Maybe in my heart, if I can be Clark Gable or Cary Cooper, then maybe in his, he can be Marcus G.
I didn't go through all those protests and hunger strikes just so some white imposter could help himself to our hard-won opportunities.
You went on a hunger strike?
Sure, back in college with the other Asian students, for 2 whole weeks.
You didn't eat for 2 weeks? You could have...
Dad, I'm not stupid, of course I ate.
You said...
We fasted in shifts.
Variety, April 27, 1996.
Asian Kudos announced. The newly formed Asian American Artists Association announced honorees for their first annual Warrior Awards. Legit scribe David Henry Huang, author of M. Butterfly, will receive a Visionary Warrior Award from the org, which was founded by Asian American film exec
Fritz Friedman! David, sweetheart, follow me. By the way, your hair looks terrific. We've arranged a little impromptu press conference with the community media. You don't mind answering questions, do you?
Of course not.
Just stand here. Journalists, please welcome David Henry Huang.
I'm so pleased to be honored by the Asian American Artists Association. Or,
Oh, here comes another of tonight's awardees, our most promising newcomer warrior, Marcus G. Who managed to join us tonight despite his grueling tour schedule in The King and I. You two know each other? Oh, well, who doesn't know Marcus, right?
Know each other? David gave me my first job. How you doing, bro? We haven't seen each other since when?
since you were in
Face value. Thanks for the break, buddy.
Marcus, one question
in the King and I has been getting rave reviews all around the country. Did you have any reservations about taking on a role that some in the community have labeled stereotypical?
Of course, I did. I feel like one of the most important responsibilities for any actor of color is to be true to his or her own community. To be sure that we are only putting forth positive images. I only agreed to be seen for the role of the king once the producers assured me that the hallmark of this production would be cultural authenticity.
Marcus, just one more. Very quickly.
Hey, bro.
Don't give me that hey bro shit.
Sorry, didn't mean to offend.
Well, you are. I mean, this whole thing you're doing, it's really offensive.
Is this all about what happened in Boston?
Of course it's about what happened in Boston.
Dave, for me it turned out to be a blessing in disguise.
You're really gonna act like you don't know?
I wish I could say I was acting, but I'm not that good an actor, at least you didn't think so.
You're running around, pretending to be Asian. You're lying to everyone. There, can you follow that?
I'm trying really hard not to lie. Okay, so every now and then I have to bring up the whole Siberian thing, and that's unfortunate. But as much as possible, I'm doing my best to only speak the truth.
Your whole life is a lie. You're letting people believe
You
that.
said it yourself, didn't you? It doesn't matter what someone looks like on the outside.
I didn't mean that literally.
Then how did you mean it? David, do you have a problem with anything I'm saying?
No, it's not what you're saying. It's that
That I'm the one who's saying it? Doesn't that make your position kind of racist?
this is not that hard. In order to be Asian, you have to have at least some Asian blood.
I'm just saying some things that need to be said, doing some things that need to be done. I mean, someone's got to step up.
What's that supposed to mean?
To be perfectly honest, I've been attending a lot of community functions lately, and I don't see you at any of them.
You can't be serious.
John Huang has founded this great new organization, the Asian Leadership Council.
You're lecturing me on how to be Asian?
It's a chance for APAs to gain some real clout by leveraging our donations to the presidential campaign.
I can't believe this.
They're honoring me next week in DC. We could really use your support.
I was an Asian American role model back when you were still a Caucasian.
David, come on. Is this a popularity contest?
No, I am not in a popularity contest with you.
It's about collective empowerment, agreed?
Fuck, that's so easy for you to say.
What?
You come in here with that face of yours, call yourself Asian. Everyone falls at your feet, but you don't have to live as an Asian every day of your life. No, you can just skim the cream, you ethnic tourist.
You're right. I don't have to live Asian every day of my life. I'm choosing to do so.
Funny thing about race, you don't get to choose. If you've been born a minority, you'd know that.
David, are you familiar with the Chinese concept of face?
In I? Of course, it's you know.
Basically, it says that the face we choose to show the world reveals who we really are.
I knew that.
Well, I've chosen my face, and now I'm becoming the person I always wanted to be.
Marcus, there you are. What's taking you?
Sorry, hon. I just got talking with David.
Oh. Hi.
Hey, Leah, I hadn't seen you here.
Surprise, surprise. You better get on stage quick. They're about to auction off dinner with you.
Oh. Thanks. DC, next week, remember this name, John Wong. It's gonna be big.
You're dating him?
Yes. So?
Well, does he know that you and I, that we...
Well, maybe. I mean, I might have mentioned it. You know, it's not exactly the first thing on my mind day and night.
Leah, you can't.
Excuse me?
You can't become his girlfriend.
Well, funny thing, because I already am.
When did you meet him?
It's none of yours.
Was it before or after he got this job in the King and I?
If you must know, we're touring together. I'm playing Tuptim. Again, don't ask.
So he hasn't told you.
Told me what?
You think he's Asian, don't you?
Not 100%.
God, I can't believe he's dating you of all people.
Wait, you think he's dating me to get back at you?
No, not just to get back at me. It's even weirder than that. More diabolical.
David, listen.
It's like he wants to become me. What? I know this sounds crazy. I can hardly believe it myself.
Hey, Earth to narcissist.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yes.
I did tell Marcus that you and I had been a couple. I mean, how could we have avoided the subject? You fired him, remember? But David, whatever hurt and bitterness he may have felt towards you back then, it's gone now, okay? And let's face it, even if he had done your play on Broadway, he'd only have ended up working for like 1 week longer.
Your King and I is gonna end one day too, you know.
So, I am dating Marcus, not the king of Siam.
Leah, he's not Asian!
David, no one is Asian enough.
That's not what I'm
Like
trying.
how you used to criticize me for listening to The Cure.
I never criticized.
You said my taste in music was too white.
I never said anything.
Yes, you did! You said, personally, I believe in supporting black art.
I only meant that as people of color, African American singers are more likely to share our struggles and understand our pain.
Mariah Carey, come on, get real.
Leah, Marcus isn't Asian. Literally, he's lying to you and everyone around me. He's got this entire community fooled. The truth is, Marcus G is 100% white.
David, are you still in touch with Dr. Wasserman?
You don't believe me?
I believe you're in a really unhealthy place right now, and I think that I'm gonna go. You should get back to writing plays.